everybody? Walker Dead here, back at it again with another video. The episode begins with Shane asking Rick in the RV, Rick, do you have any moves left? And Rick says, well, it occurs to me, we got people in this town. Friends, anyway. Rick asks Glenn, Glenn, what do you think? Glenn says, yeah. Lori looks at Glenn with a worried face. And Glenn also tells the group that Guillermo and his people, we gotta go. Like, they're the only ones in this town that was willing to take us in before, so let's go to them. And they was like, the Vatos, the people that kidnapped you and tried to eat your socks off. And Glenn's like, no, that's not the case. You weren't there. You didn't see how Rick handled things. They'll take us in. They're our friends. And John's like, yes. Glenn's right. There's nowhere else to go. No gas or food out for miles. And to be honest with you guys, I know somebody there. Her name is Tara Chandler. And she is the recruiter slash the inspector there, basically. But she's a nice person. She'll take us in. John asks Rick, what do you think? Do you think we should go? And Rick says yes. And then John says, like I said it before, and I'll say it again. It's our only chance. 15 minutes later, they make it to the Vatos' place. Everybody gets in through the broken window, just like how Rick, John, T-Dog, and Daryl and Glenn got in and out from season 1. They show the group like that the window, and they all squeeze through. They're all able to fit, whatever. They get inside the place, and Glenn's like, where are the lookouts? Where is everybody? And then the next shot, Rick and the crew goes around the corner, and they notice Miguel as a walker. They notice Miguel, Zoo, and 2 other unnamed members of the Vatos are walkers. Glenn, John, and Lori, and everyone else is like, what the fuck? Glenn's in shock by this, and he's like speechless. Like he's like, what the fuck is going on? And Rick says, you know what? Screw remorse. Grabs his Python revolver and shoots Miguel in the head. Miguel being dead. John also grabs his shotgun and shoots Sue in the head. Sue is dead as well. Even though he wasn't that big of a character, but even though he was a minor character, but he didn't really deserve to go out the way he did. But you'll see what happens next. Meanwhile, Shane, Dale, John, Avesta, Lori, Andrea, T-Dog, Daryl, and Glenn, and Rick, of course, all put down the walkers from outside. All the walkers that was in that area from the outside, all dead. They go in the building, and John screams, Tara! Guillermo! Are you guys here? Felipe? Mrs. Chandler? Hello? John's not liking this, and so he grabs his walkie-talkie that Tara gave her off screen back in season 1. He turns it on, and he tries to radio Tara, asking where's she at, if everything is okay. He speaks into the walkie. He speaks, Tara, do you come in? Over. Tara, do you read me? The radio is... all John hears on the other side is static. You can't hear Tara's voice. All he hears on the other side is static, which makes him even more concerned. They go into one of the entrances. Nobody's there. They go through the whole building, top floor, everything. Nobody's there. When they get to the auditorium, they notice Mr. Gilbert, Felipe's grandmother, Valori, the three dogs, lots of members of the Vatos' crew, and lots of the rest of the elderly are dead. Like, they're all dead. Like, they all have bullet wounds to the head, to the chest, everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And Daryl's like, what the fuck? Daryl goes upstairs to look for Tara and for Guillermo and whoever it could still be alive. He opens one of the doors. Like, he opens one of the doors to one of the bedrooms, and he notices that one of the Vatos is dead. Like an unnamed Vato member has unfortunately been shot in the head and through the face. And I was like, damn. Must have something went out like that. Back in the auditorium, the whole group enters the auditorium, and Glenn is disgusted by this. He says, what kind of group would come in here and shoot up all these people? John and T-Dog are like, whoever was here killed everybody in this auditorium and in the building. Took all the food, all the medicine, everything they had. Guns, food, ammo, water, supplies, everything. And I mean, everything is gone. Glenn's like, who would have done something like this? This is crazy. We don't even know if Guillermo's still alive. John's like, I'll check the third floor. And if he's not there, I'll check his office. Guillermo's office, of course. He goes upstairs to the third floor, and he notices Guillermo. John whispers, Guillermo! Guillermo gets up with AK-47. He is frightened and scared he's frightened and scared, obviously. He's like, who are you? It's me, it's John. Remember me? John Miller. We're here. Me, Rick, Glenn, and our group are all here. What happened here? Guillermo is shaking, and he is in shock. Felipe does a Metal Gear Solid. He runs out of one of the bathrooms and pulls a gun to John's head, and he says, John, state your name and business. And John says, Felipe, it's me, it's John Miller. You don't remember me? Felipe says, oh, sorry, Miller, I thought you were somebody else. John asks Felipe, where's Tara? Tara is downstairs in one of the rooms. I suggest you give her some privacy as long as you don't. You'll see when you go down. She's fine, but she's upset. You'll see. John takes Guillermo and Felipe downstairs with Rick and the crew. Guillermo and Felipe introduce themselves and says they're not a threat. It's just we were upstairs making sure whoever did this didn't come back. Avesta introduces herself, and Dale introduces himself as well. Guillermo and Felipe meets everyone's group. Rick's like, what the heck happened here? And then Guillermo's like, I think it's best if we all sit down and have this conversation together as a group and as people. I think it's time I explain what happened. John goes to Mrs. Chandler's room, and she sees Mrs. Chandler on her bed, but with a bullet wound to the head. John's like, oh my god. He notices Tara in the room, right by her mother's side, holding her hand, and is crying. She is in tears. She is so upset. John says, Tara. Tara says, oh, it's you. Sorry for raising my gun at you. It's just, I thought you were... I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone else. John tells Tara, I'm here now. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm so sorry this happened to your mother and to your people. Tara cries and holds John close and says, thank you so much, John. Thank you. He sees the pain in Tara's eyes. She is really, really upset. And thank God that John was there to comfort her, because if not, she would have done something crazy. But it's a good thing that John was there, because Tara really needed a friend. Guillermo, Felipe, Tara, and John and Rick and her crew, they all sit down, and Glenn asks Guillermo, what the heck happened here? Guillermo tells the others, remember those plunderers I was telling you guys about? Murderers. A murderer came with his people and shot up everyone here. Everyone. We see the next shot is a flashback sequence where Guillermo is with the guards and with everybody else there. Guillermo's like, yo, is everything good on your part? Flurry and Zeus says yes, everything's fine, etc., etc. Nowhere, like out of nowhere, these people come out in black cars and white trucks, and it's revealed to be, remember the living group from the Walking Dead show? It is revealed to be that group. Their leader comes out of the front of the car, revealing that it is Harlan. Harlan from the Walking Dead game. He wears a cowboy hat and he takes it off, of course, and he walks up to Guillermo and says, what's up, dog? You have my shit? Guillermo says, not yet. Harlan laughs and says, I warned you what would happen if you didn't give me my shit. Instead, you let strangers in, probably taking whatever God knows what from your thing. You call that fulfilling the deal, Guillermo? Guillermo lies and says, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I don't have all your stuff yet. Guillermo. You should have learned. He takes out his pistol and shoots Azu through the chest, killing him. He shoots Miguel and Flurry, killing them as well. He also orders the rest of the livers to kill everyone. But before Guillermo can do something, Harlan grabs his pistol and pretty much hits Guillermo in the face. He is on the floor bleeding, and he's screaming no, and Harlan and his men shoot up all the Vatos, all the guards, everyone that was shot up in the front entrance. They're all dead. However, Flurry is not fully dead yet. Harlan notices that he's still alive. He grabs him and puts him on a chair and ties him up and takes him upstairs to one of the rooms. He also tells Guillermo, this is what happens when you don't give me my fucking shit. This is what happens when you don't listen to me. Man, everyone is in the auditorium. Killed them all. Felipe's grandmother's like, no, please, I don't, no. Felipe's grandmother gets shot through the face. Felipe screams, no. Harlan orders one of his men to hit him in the face and shut him up. Well, one of the livers grab their guns and start beating Felipe on the ground. But however, they don't kill him, of course. Guillermo screams, "No!" Harlan grabs his knife, aims at one of the dogs' throats, and slits all three of the dog's throats right in front of Guillermo. He also grabs his knife and kills Mr. Gilbert right in front of Guillermo as he smiles, saying, "This is what you disgusting folks deserve. A slow, brutal death." Guillermo runs to punch Harlan in the face and try to kill him, hopefully, but unfortunately he grabs the pistol from his back pocket of his pants, and he hits Guillermo, having him flying on the table as he is all shaken up and has blood coming out of his nose, his mouth, not everywhere, but just for nose areas. Guillermo screams, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you." Like, no, that scene from The Last of Us. I like that scene from The Last of Us 2 game, and I thought it would be cool to have a scene like that in this series. It's something similar to it. Guillermo grabs Guillermo by the shirt, and he takes him upstairs to Fullery, and Fullery's like, "Guillermo, you gotta go. You gotta get out of here. Well, they're gonna kill Tara. These people are crazy." Harlan tells Guillermo, "You have a choice. Either save Tara and Felipe, or let yourself or your friend here die. Make a decision now before, in 5 minutes, all of you are dead." Fullery says, I can't die. Not like this. No. Harlan grabs his shotgun. He's like, "Time's ticking." Fullery screams, "Alright, me! Fuck! Do it! Do it!" Harlan grabs his shotgun and shoots Fullery both times in the leg. He then grabs his knife from the back of his pocket and he slits Fullery's throat. Fullery being dead. He kicks the chair down on the floor as Fullery's blood is all over the floor, right in front of Guillermo. And Harlan says to Guillermo, like he whispers, "Your life shall be consumed with absolute loss. Then and only then will you know and understand what you and your people have done to me." He grabs his pistol and aims it at Tara, saying, "I will not kill you, girl. You will remember my face. You will remember everything you've seen here today. The death, the violence, the pain, everything. And when you and Guillermo do, come to me." Instead of killing Tara, he pulls the trigger and kills Tara's mother right in front of Tara and Guillermo. Tara screams, "No! No!" "And when you remember Tara, come to me." He then grabs his pistol and knockouts Guillermo. And then you see Harlan and the Lizards leaving the Vatos crew, not only flooding the walkers, but taking everything there. Before Harlan leaves, he spits in Guillermo's face and leaves. And then that's the end of the flashback. Guillermo tells Rick and the others that's what happened. That murderer killed all my people, killed everyone here. He killed the Vatos. Everyone. He killed everyone. And I was helpless, too helpless to do anything. Too helpless to stop it. All because he didn't get what he wanted. John, Rick, and everyone else there says it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. Guillermo cries in pain. He cries in sadness. And he is just so upset. Felipe is looking at the corpse of his dead grandmother and his dead brother. He cries as well and said they didn't deserve this. None of them did. Rick tells Tara, Guillermo, and Felipe that they can come with them if they want. John and Glenn vouch for Tara as they see the tears through her eyes. They vouch for her. Glenn and John tell Rick that she can't stay here. She just lost her mother. And she could be a good use for not only us, but to the whole group. And she can actually help us. Tara looks at Glenn and John and says, thank you very much for vouching for me when no one else would. John and Glenn says, you're welcome. Guillermo and Felipe talk it out a little bit, and they both agree to go with Rick and the crew. But Guillermo says, I'll go with you on one condition, Rick. We bury our dead. You say goodbye. We mourn and grieve. That's what good people do. The next shot is John, Glenn, and Avesta helping Guillermo, Tara, and Felipe bury not only Mrs. Chambler, but everyone that has unfortunately fallen to these murderers. They all bear. It takes it takes a couple hours, of course, but they are finally able to bury everybody. And Guillermo says some final words, and then Felipe and Tara says goodbye to her own mother and says, "You were always there for me and my sister when our dad couldn't. When I was sick, you were there for me when no one else was. I thank you for that, Mom. I'm sorry I couldn't say it." This is where Tara gets a lot of character development, and this is where she gets a lot of character development. I mean, a lot. And this is just the beginning of her becoming a badass character. You'll see later on in season 2. Felipe says goodbye to not only his brother but to his grandmother, and he also tells his grandmother, "Thank you for always making me laugh, even though I didn't really care too much about it. I just wish there was more time." They all say goodbye to their loved ones and to their friends. Rick tells Daryl, John, Shane, Dale, and Guillermo, "Can we all talk for a little bit? Like for a second? I know this place isn't exactly safe anymore, but we have to consider another possibility." John said, "Avesta told me there was a place called Woodbury. It could be safe there for a while. You never know. It could be food, supplies, water." And Shane also brings up the idea of going to Fort Benning, because Fort Benning is a military base and it could have some water, not only electricity, but lots of supplies, enough to last an entire week or two. Rick says it's settled, then we're going to go to Fort Benning. If it doesn't work out there, we'll probably just go find this Woodbury place Avesta was telling us about. Rick, Shane, Daryl, Guillermo, and the others agree. John tells Rick, "Carl and Sophia, Billy, and Ben are terrified. They saw the dead bodies, Rick. I know they're scared, but it's just We need to find somewhere that is safer for all of us. And I have faith that you can do that for us. John said, not John, Rick says thank you, and John says you're welcome. Shane and the others go back in the room, and Sophia is like, is there any water? And Shane opens his heart a little bit and gives what's left of his water bottle to Carol and Sophia. He also gives Guillermo, Tara, Felipe, and Sophia some food and says, courtesy of the CDC building. Guillermo's like, CDC? Wait, isn't there a cure? Rick says to Guillermo, Felipe, and Tara that unfortunately there is no cure. And that the CDC building is gone now. Rick's like, I should have listened to you, Shane. We should have went the Fort Benning from the start. Maybe if I have, maybe Jackie would still been alive. Shane's like, that's not your fault. What happened with Jackie was her choice, not yours. John agrees and says, yeah, it was your choice. But that doesn't mean it wasn't in vain. Guillermo says, I'm sorry about your friend. Rick says, thank you. And Rick also says, congratulations, you three. You three are officially one of us. Tara smiles a little bit and says, thank you. And she asks Rick for a pound, and Rick does that famous pound thing from Walking Dead Joe. The final shot of the episode is Guillermo looking at the graves of those he lost. He closes his eyes and sees Zil, Felipe's grandmother, and everyone else that have died at the dinner table enjoying what could have been a nice, peaceful dinner with all of them as a family. As Guillermo opens his eyes, he gets called by Rick, saying, Rick says, Guillermo, come on, we gotta go. Guillermo says, I'm coming. As he walks away, the camera pans out where you see the grapes. You see the grapes with the song playing in the background as the screen cuts to black. And boom, that is the end of the episode. I know it's a short one, but season 2, episode 3, what lies ahead will be another great episode, I promise. It's coming next week, so stay tuned for that. This episode was another episode I wrote myself. It was also a good explanation to what happened to what happened to all the other Vatos, but what happened to characters we were curious about. If you think about it, what happened to the Vatos? Are they coming back? Who broke into their place and shot them up? Who was responsible for taking all their supplies? Who did it? Etc. Etc. I figured I'd do it in this episode. Just get it out of the way and then move on to season 2, episode 3, what lies ahead, because that's another great episode coming up. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe for more crazy episodes like this in the future. Subscribe to Overeat's Gamer. He is a really good YouTuber, and I highly recommend subscribing. He makes really good videos, really good streams, really good content. I highly recommend it. The link to his channel will be in the description. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next episode coming Thursday of next week. Peace.